Hello, my name is Peter Schultz, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to create a weekly money machine using the most powerful characteristic of options. Now, that characteristic and what makes options so much different than stocks is all options have an expiration date. They have a limited amount of time. Sometimes it's a few months, sometimes it's a few weeks, sometimes it's only a few days. But here's what I want you to understand, is that the more time an option has on it, the slower the time value of that option decays. So when you're out here 3 months to about 2 months out, it declines fairly slowly. In the next month, it starts to speed up and come down quite a bit. And then as we get closer to expiration, the time value of that option disappears very, very quickly until it has no value left when it hits this expiration. Now, I want you to keep this time decay curve in mind as we go to our next steps here, because I think it's going to be really important for what we're doing in creating our cash machine. So here's a typical stock, and the stock is going up and down like stocks often do. And let's say it's going up fairly quickly here, and an options speculator comes along and wants to take advantage of this movement. So they buy calls when the stock is going up. They can buy puts when the stock is going down. So they buy a call and they see this big movement here. They see how fast it's going up and they say, I'm not going to be in this trade very long. I just want to capitalize on this little short-term movement here and make a lot of money. So they don't buy a lot of time. Say they have an expiration right here. And instead of spending $100 on the stock, maybe they're only spending $3 or $4 on their option. And that's what makes options so attractive for traders that want to do short-term swings. But a strange thing happens. Once they buy their call option, the stock really doesn't go against them, but it sort of flattens out here. And the entire time it's just trading every day and not really going anywhere but sideways. All of that time is decaying on that curve until by the time they get to expiration here, there's no value on that option left and they've lost all their money. This is why people say that options are risky and that they're speculative, because it has to go really well for you to make any money on this. If we jump over here and somebody's ready to make a trade and they don't really know which way it's going to go, and an option speculator comes along and says, I think this thing's really going to take off. It's really going to go up. Well, the truth is there's only 5 things that the stock can do. It can go up dramatically like they're thinking, or it can go up a little bit, or it can go sideways, or it can go down a little bit, or it can really go down. So there's all 5 of these scenarios, and this stock speculator could only make money on one of them. Why do people do this when they have such low odds? Because if it does work out in their favor, they do pretty well. That low cost option is going to, really go up quite a bit and they'll make a lot of money. And this is what attracts people to options. The problem is look at all the things that can happen where that doesn't work out and that trader loses their money. This is the way I started off trading options many, many years ago. I've been doing trading options for almost, over 30 years now and doing really well at it. But I didn't do well in the beginning because this is how I traded. And this is how just about everybody else trades. All this speculation that's going on in the market with options, this is what it's happening. People expect the stock to go in a certain direction, but they have to be right not only on direction, but they have to be right on time. And that's a tall order because sometimes stocks don't do what we think they're going to. So all this millions and millions of dollars of options premium is getting spent on this speculation. Where does all that options premium go? When I used to trade this way and that trade didn't work out and my options went away, they just became worthless. I thought, where does that money go? Is it going somewhere? And it's this huge amount because you multiply what I was doing by thousands of options traders out there and it comes to an incredible amount of money. So I started asking, where does that money go? Does it just disappear? Is it vaporized? Does it go to money heaven? Or is somebody collecting it? And the truth is, somebody is collecting it. Somebody has to be on the other side of that trade. Somebody has to sell that speculative options trader their short-term option on the steepest part of the time decay curve. And when they do that, they're collecting money and they're collecting it right up front the minute the trade's initiated. So look at how much this has grown. They're just collecting a ton of it out there, these option sellers. Options open interest has tripled from 17.6 million to almost 50 million contracts over the past 10 years. And it's estimated that over 85% of those contracts will expire worthless. And it's all because of the speculation, and also a lot of institutions buy options to insure their portfolio. And it's just like having a fire insurance policy on your home. You hope you never have to collect on it, but you really need to have that protection. And that's what's going on. These short-term options out of the money are being purchased by institutions and speculators, and there's a huge amount of it out there. And that's where all the premium's going, and just a very small number of people collect that premium. Well, who are they? They're the options sellers. Options sellers provide the lottery tickets that allow traders to speculate. And the crazy thing about this is all the odds are stacked in their favor. You can literally create an options money machine by becoming an options seller. And the really cool part is you can do it every week, because now we have expirations every Friday on a whole bunch of different stocks. So let's just take a look at your odds when you're an options seller. Well, the speculator buys this call option right here, hoping this is going to happen. But as we've seen, stocks often level out. You think they're going to go up and they go down a little bit. And then you think they're going to keep going down and they start to go up a little bit. So if any of these other scenarios happen, the options seller makes money. And the way things work is, because that time decay is so steep, all the odds are stacked in your favor. Even if this thing goes against you a little bit, you still make money. So those really terrible odds that the options buyer has, you just completely flip those around, and all those odds become in your favor when you're the options seller. And the really cool thing about this is you can sell a pretty short amount of time. You can sell just a week or maybe 9 days, and that time decay is happening the whole time, putting money right in your pocket. So the way I look at this is kind of like a buddy took you in the backyard and said, hey, listen, I've got this magic coin, and it comes up heads 80% of the time. And you can go ahead and call heads, and every time you do and it comes out in your favor, I'm going to hand you $1,000. How would you like to do that? Well, how many times would you flip that coin if it was weighted so far in your favor and you made so much money when it turned out your direction? Well, I think you'd probably stand out there, I know I would, until it got so dark you couldn't even see the coin anymore. You'd just keep flipping it. And that's exactly what we do. So I put together a special package that shows you exactly how to do this. It's the coolest thing I've ever found. It's like an automatic money machine. The neatest part about it is once we sell that option, we don't have to do a thing until expiration. I mean, I can show you how to set a little stop in case it goes against us, but most of the time it doesn't. And we just end up collecting all that money. And then when the option gets to expiration, we just, the trade goes away, the option expires. We don't even have to sell it. We don't even have to figure out when to get out. All the probabilities are stacked in your favor, over 80%. And I'll show you how to sell in the direction that the stock is not going and how to really stack the odds. So this is the best way to create a money machine I've ever seen. It works like a charm. We can do it every single week. The key is knowing what you're doing and having someone hold your hand while you're doing it. And that's what I want to do. I put together a really nice education package for you. It's really easy to understand. I explain everything. You don't have to have any experience. And then just to make sure that you start off profitable and stay that way, I've got I come out with 2 trades a week on Tuesday evenings. And you get those trades. You can read all about it and place your trades Wednesday morning. We're in these, selling these options every single week. Really high probability stacked in our favor. And it's just the best way to collect I've ever seen without having to do too much or even watch your trades very closely. It's super, super cool. And I really want you to come on board and do this with you. Making money is really fun, but it's a lot more fun to make money together. So I want you to come on board. Take advantage of this special. It's only for a limited time. This is such a good package. We don't even have it on our website. I've combined the monthly subscription and the education together, and I think you're absolutely going to love it. So come on board, and I'm really looking forward to making some money together.